Okay, as there are 22 participants joined for this meeting, we'll start with the lecture. Okay, so first of all, let me share the screen. Please tell me that if the screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So from the last 2 to 3 lectures, we are discussing about the importance of this English language. Okay. Why do we learn this language? Why this language is important for us? Okay. That we are going to discuss. And we have covered the points, different points like what is the language? Okay. Then why do we learn this language? What are the reasons to learn this language? Okay, and also we have discussed about the importance and the need of the English language, so that also we have discussed. Also we have discussed the points, some of the points like English as the international common tongue. So English is called as the international common tongue or universal language. You can use it at each and every part of this world. Okay, at every or at any part of this world you can use this language, you can communicate with this language. That's why this is known to be the common tongue, international common tongue. That is the medium through which international people or people from two different countries can start their communication. They can start or initiate their communication with this language. That's why this language is also known to be the international common tongue. Also, we have discussed about the language of education. This point also we have discussed. So from first standard itself, this subject English is included in your syllabus. Okay, so when I was a child, at that time there was the subject English which was introduced to us in the 5th standard, but you might be so lucky that you are having this subject from your first standard itself. From the first standard itself, you are learning this subject. You are used to this subject. Okay, so that's why this is also known as the language of education. So from first standard itself, you are learning this subject. Also, some of you people might have studied there all the education, that is secondary and higher secondary education, in English medium itself. Okay, so you might have studied your education, that is primary education, secondary education and higher secondary education in English as a language of medium. Okay, so you might be aware of this also. Okay, so all of the subjects that you are learning from your childhood, okay, the different subjects except the languages like Marathi and Hindi and Sanskrit. So these 3 subjects only you might have studied in their own font or their own medium of language. But science and technology, okay, then social sciences, mathematics, geometry, algebra, okay, physics, chemistry, biology, okay, or yes, mathematics. These are the subjects you are learning from your childhood itself in the English medium language. Some of you might have studied in Marathi medium, but many of the students you can find they have this English as a medium of education throughout their primary education, secondary and higher secondary education. So that's why this language becomes the important language for the education purpose. Okay, and in almost 90% of the subjects, okay, almost 90% of the subjects are written in English language. You have your subject syllabus, okay, subject content in this language, okay. As you are learning in engineering also, okay, as you are learning in secondary engineering, from second year itself, the special subjects related to your branch starts, okay. So you are learning these all subjects of special engineering, that is electrical engineering, in English language itself. You are not using Marathi as a language of medium or language of education. So you are almost 90% of educational. I will say that 100% of your educational subjects are written in English. Many of the electrical subjects, okay, are there. Basic electrical engineering, basic electronic engineering. These are some of the electrical subjects. They are having almost 100% of its syllabus in English, and we have accepted that system from our uh, independence itself. Okay, after independence, after formation of the government, we have accepted that system of education. There were many commissions regarding the education, which implemented some of the policies to increase the efficiency of this education system. Okay, and that's why they also have made this subject compulsory. Okay, they have made this subject compulsory to the people who are learning in up to 10th and 12th. And after that also, if you are learning bachelor of arts, bachelor of commerce, bachelor of science also, then you will have the English, compulsory English as the subject, that is compulsory subject for your uh, first year of graduation and second year of graduation. Okay, so that's why this is also very important subject. Yes, then third point we have discussed was, even in countries where it is not an official language, means there are many countries like Netherlands and Sweden are there, which don't have this English language as an official language. There, this English language is taught as secondary language. Okay, so that's why you can see that these are the countries. These are the countries uh, where this language is taught as the second language. Okay, then the fourth point that we have discussed was, because it is the dominant language in sciences, most of the research and studies you find in any scientific field has been written in it as well. So many of the field you will see, there are many fields like research field, okay, and science field, arts field, commerce field, medical field, engineering field, science and technology field. Okay, these are some of the fields where this language is known as the dominant language. Why? Because we can get the knowledge, whatever going on in all over the world very easily. Okay, whatever the knowledge which is going on in the all over the world, whatever the researches that are going on in all over the world, that we can understand, or that we can know, that we can study with the help of this language, that is common language, and it becomes possible because of this English language. Okay, so that's why this is also called to be the dominant language. Dominant language ही त्यामुळेच झालेली आहे. आपण रिसर्चेस वगैरे करतो बऱ्याचदा, फॉरेन मध्ये जे रिसर्च होतात ते आपल्याला बघायला मिळतात, आपण त्याचा अभ्यास करायला मिळतो आपल्याला. तो कशामुळं? तर बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ओनली दिस इंग्लिश लँग्वेज, because these are written in English language, we can easily access them, we can easily study them, we can easily uh, take it and take it for study, and we can implement that researches also. So that becomes possible with this language only. Okay, that's why this is also one of the reason. And the final point is that at the university level, students in many countries study almost all their subjects in English as a medium in order to make the material more accessible to international students. So this is also very important point. This point tells us that at the university level students, okay, the university level students like you, okay, in many countries study almost all their subjects. So you are studying almost all of your subjects in English as a medium. Okay, in English as a medium. Why do you study these subjects with English as medium? To make the material more accessible to international students. So we are also you are also the international students. Okay, so international students means what? The students, whatever are the students are there in all over the world, we can say that as the international students. And for getting the access of the study material from these students also, or for you people also, this becomes possible only because of this language of education, that is English language. Okay, so this is also one of the important point that we have studied. The next slide is that it's the travel and business. It is the language of the travel and business. So what's there in this point that we are going to study today? With good understanding and communication in English, you can travel around the globe. So if you have the good understanding, if you can understand this language, and if you are able to communicate with the help of this language, then you can travel around the world very easily. Okay, so that becomes very easy for you people if you are using this language for the traveling purpose or for your business purpose. Okay, because it is the international language for foreigners. So foreigners consider this language as the international language. Okay, this is the language which is called as the international language because it is spread all over the world. It's spoken at each and every part of the world. Okay, so this is also the language of travel and business. The next point is that English skills will also help you in any business venture you choose to follow. So English skills, some of the English skills are there. Okay, like communication skills, like speaking. Okay, or uh, making a dialogue writing is also one of the communication skills. Interview is also one of the communication skills. Okay, then group discussion is also one of the communication skills. So these are some of the English skills that also help you in business ventures. Means these are the some of the skills that can help you if you want to start your business, if you want to grow your business at an international level, at the international level. So what makes this possible? This becomes possible if you are aware of this language, if you can speak this language with your international customers also. Okay, and the next point is that particular point is, if you visit some offices, companies, governmental organizations, engineering companies, you will see the importance of English. So yes, this is also the important point. If you want to visit, okay, if you visit some offices, if you go to the Pune or if you go to the Bangalore, okay, and if you visit some offices of companies, there are many companies of in information technology or core companies or mechanical companies or electrical companies. Okay, if they are there, then if you visit those companies, okay, if you visit those companies, you will see that those are the people, okay, those are the people who choose to use this English language for communication purpose, because this language, with this language, English communication becomes more efficient and easy. Okay, so that's why if you will visit some of the offices, companies, or take for example governmental organization, there are many organizations of government. Okay, so these are also the organizations which use English as a language for doing their administration or doing their work efficient and easy. Okay, and many engineering companies means what? Engineering companies like uh, IT companies or MNCs, multinational companies like TCS, Wipro, okay, Infosys, Cummins, Cognizant. These are some of the MNCs. These are having their offices spread all over the world. So you will find the offices of these companies, information technology companies, in many foreign countries also, or Western countries also, like US, UK, France. Okay, so you'll find these companies' offices uh, in different countries. And if you want to be a part of these companies also, it's very required or requirement. Okay, it's very required quality of speaking or using the English as the speaking language. Okay, so this is also one of the important point. Then the next one is, any big company will hire their professional staff after getting to know whether the people they are hiring are good at English or not. So many of the big companies, okay, any big company, means that company might be a multinational company like TCS, Wipro, will hire their professional staff. They will only hire their professional staff after getting to know whether the people they are hiring are good at English or not. So they check you, okay? They check your conversation skills, communication skills, okay? For the purpose of hiring you, okay? If they want to hire you, they will check these qualities. If you are able to communicate with other person or the staff easily with this language or not, they will check it. And you, if you fail to those criteria, then they won't select you people. They will select those who are better than you. Okay, so for hiring in any multinational company, they will check whether the people they are hiring are good at English or not. Okay, so this is also one of the important point. The next one is, companies who want to function at an international level only consider their staff well educated if they are good English speakers, writers, and readers. So companies, okay, those are the companies who want to function at an international level. Means uh, companies like TCS, once again, TCS, Wipro, Infosys, these are some of the companies who are also known to be the international level companies. And these are the companies who work on the international level. These are the companies who work on the international level, who functions at the international level. So these companies, they only consider their staff well educated. They only consider if their staff is well educated or not. Okay, then only you will be recruited or you will be selected for these companies. If you are not having the good communication skills, then they won't select you. Okay, that's why it's very necessary uh, to be very good at this communication skills. Okay. Yes, also they have said that they only consider their staff well educated if they are good English speakers, writers and readers. So if they are the good English speakers, okay, if they are the good English speakers, if they are the good English writers or readers, then only those can be selected for the job purpose in these companies. So English has its very high demand, okay, very high demand in those companies who are related to the business and travel. So traveling purpose is also one of the important business. Traveling and tours also is one of the very important business. In India, Goa is the highest uh, highest or we can say that Goa is the highest visited place and highest income from touring, okay, tours and travels. These are the sources of these Goa state. So you can say that if you want to work in traveling business also, so for that also you have to use and you have to learn this language. So this is the point, travel and business, that also we have discussed today. Let's move towards the next point, that is resources make learning English easy. So with the help of only resources itself, with the help of only resources itself, this English language has become the easy language. Okay, this English language has become the easy language with the help of only resources. What are the resources of this English language that make this language easy? So there are many resources like books, grammar books, or literature books. So books are also one of the resources, and digital resources that are dealing with the English language are the various videos, YouTube videos, okay, YouTube videos, YouTube audios. These are some of the audios and videos uh, resources that are dealing with the English. Okay, so let's first see the first point. Although many people think that it is very difficult and confusing, it here is referred to as English language. Okay, so consider it as the English language. Although many people think that English is very difficult and confusing, English is actually the easiest language of the world to learn. So English is actually not that much difficult language to learn. English is not that much difficult language to learn. Why? Because we can access the resources of English very easily. Okay, we can access them, we can buy them, we can purchase them in marketplaces also. Okay, in the marketplaces, in the various bookstores, book galleries also are there. So you will find that many of the resources regarding the English language very easily you can find it. So many of the people, though they think that this English language is very difficult language and it is very confusing language, English is actually not the difficult language. It is actually the easiest language of the world. Very easiest language to learn because there are so many resources available. So why this language becomes easy language? Because we can see that there are many resources are available. You can find millions of thousands of resources on the internet only. Okay, on the internet itself only, you will find thousands of resources. With the help of that resources, you can easily learn this English language. Okay, so this is also one of the point of the resources. Then see the second one. As soon as you decide you want to learn, there are thousands of resources on the internet and in bookstores you will find. So when you decide to learn this language, okay, when you will decide to learn this language, then you will find thousands of resources that are on internet. So on the internet itself, you will find thousands and millions of resources, videos, okay, books, PDF books. And if you don't want to read them online, or if you don't want them to be on a screen, then you can buy them, you can purchase them in the bookstores also. So you will find many books related to the English grammar, related to the communication skills, that you will find at each and every bookstore. Okay, so in you can say that this fact is not applicable to even our languages also. Means if we are living in Maharashtra itself, okay, if you are we are living in Maharashtra, and you will find here Marathi language resources very easily. Okay, but if you want to find the resources of other Indian languages like Bihari or Gujarati or uh, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, so these are other languages, and you won't find that much resources of these languages, other languages in Maharashtra. So if you go to any bookstore and if you demand the grammar book of Telugu language or Tamil language, then that person gets very confused. He will say you that I don't have the grammar book of Telugu language or Tamil language. But if you ask him about the grammar book of English language, then he will easily make this available to you in within few seconds itself. Within few seconds he will make available that book of English grammar in front of you when you will ask to him about the English book. But same is not applicable to other languages, other Indian languages in Maharashtra. Or if you go to the state Gujarat, or if you go to the state southern states, then you will find that there are many resources available in about those particular languages. Means if you are visiting Telangana, then you will see that Telugu language resources are available there. But it becomes very difficult for you people to find out the resources of Marathi language, or to find out the resources of Hindi language in the southern states. But if you ask for English language resources or grammar books of English language, then that shopkeeper will easily make that book available for you people, because this language has spread at each and every part of the world. Okay, so yes, this is the very important point in learning the English language. So as soon as if you decide to learn this language, then you will find thousands of resources are there related to this language on internet itself, on YouTube itself, uh, or other apps also. There are many apps also that make this language uh, to learn for you people, or that make this language to teach for you people, and they will correct also your language also. So you will find that there are many apps regarding the English language on net also. Okay, yes. So the next point is third point. Third one is the you can supplement the traditional learning material with children's TV shows and books. Please mute yourself so that the unnecessary disturbance won't disturb the class. Okay. Yes. So we were discussing about the third point. You can supplement the traditional learning material with children's TV shows and books also. So there are many children's TV shows. Okay. There are many children's TV shows like Cartoon Networks or Pogo or other channels. Disney Channel is also there. So if you want to learn this language from basic itself, if you want to get the knowledge, basic knowledge of the basic grammar of this language, then it's very uh, or you can say that you can supplement your traditional learning material with the children's TV shows. The children's TV shows like Cartoon Networks or Disney programs are also there, or uh, National Geographic programs are also there. Animal Planets programs are also there. Okay, so there are many children's TV shows or children's TV channels are also there. With the help of that channels, you can learn this language easily, because these are the channels where they use English, very easy English. You can say that the English which is spoken by those characters like Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or other characters like uh, Tom and Jerry characters are also there. So some of these are the characters who are speaking in English language, but their English is not as that much difficult as the English which is spoken in the speeches or in the communications by the adult peoples. Okay, or we can say that grown up peoples. So that's why you have to choose children's TV shows to enhance your grammar practice, to make more and more practice of the grammar or spoken English. You will have to choose the children's TV shows, but don't watch that much TV shows. Okay, you have to read the books also. So try to read the books on daily basis also. Just take a book and try to which is in English. It might be autobiographical book, biographical book, it might be uh, magazine. Okay, So you can choose any type of book, or it might be a drama book, it might be a novel, or it might be a poetry book. So choose any book, but don't choose poetry, because poetical language is not used by us. We have to use or the simple language books, or we have to choose the books that have used simple language. So you can supplement the traditional learning material with children's TV shows and the books. And I can suggest that you can choose the comic books also. Okay, you can choose the comic books also. So whatever the comic books are there, you will find in market, and you will find in uh, bookstores also, comic books. So try to read them also. So their English language which is used for the comic books is also very easy. So you will get the meaning very easily, and you will try to read it, you will try to understand the content, whatever the content is there in that book very easily. Okay, so try to read the comic books also. This is also the suggestion. So I suggest watching TV shows. You can, so whatever the TV shows are there, like TV channels, or we can say that news channels. So try to watch the news channels on TV with English language. If you are watching the news channels in your own mother tongue, or Hindi language, or your regional language, then you won't make it possible to be perfect in this English language. So try to read the newspapers also. Okay, try to read the newspapers. Newspapers are very easily accessible. You can get newspaper at each and every corner of your village, of your town. Okay, so try to read the English newspapers like Times of India, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, Hindu. Okay, some of these are the names of the English newspapers. So you will also refer to those papers, and try to uh, watch the TV shows also. Try to watch the movies which are in English. So you have habit of watching the movies in Hindi language, Bollywood movies, you can say that, but you know that English movies are also good, and you are also very fond of the English movies or Hollywood movies like Avengers series, Harry Potter series. Okay, so you might have watched that series also. So try to watch them in English language with English subtitles. So use the English subtitles, okay, while watching the TV shows, or while watching the movies. Just enable the English subtitles, and you can see that whatever the dialogues which are spoken by those people, you can read them also. So you can understand by reading also. And that English movies will pick your conversation up in no time. So your English conversation will be at higher level if you are watching the English TV shows and you are following the dialogues, or if you are reading the subtitles of that show or movie also. Okay, so for easily understanding the movies also, it becomes possible with the English subtitles. Try to enable the English subtitles so that you can understand the dialogues. Moving towards next slide. The next one is internet and press. So this language is also called as the language of the internet and press. So you can see that on the internet, you can Google, okay, for any information. You do what thing, or you do one thing, that you try to Google it, or you try to search it on the Google. So internet is very important source. Okay, internet is very important source for learning this language, for implementing this language uh, on the daily basis. So the internet is very important, and there are many websites where you can see they have used the English language, and they have also made their content. Okay, whatever the content of their website which is written on the internet, you will find it in English language. Okay, so this is also the language of internet. Even sites in other languages offer them to option to translate the site. So there are many sites also. Okay, there are many other sites are also which offer, or they translate their content in your language also, and they translate your content, your language content, in the English language also. So translation becomes very easy after when we use the Google or the internet for the understanding purpose of this English language. So this is one of the point. Then the second point is, it is primary language of press. So what's the meaning of press? Press means what? It's the media, or we can say that digital media or print media. There are two types of press: digital press and print, or we can say that digital media or print media. So print media means what? The various types of newspapers. Okay, there are many newspapers which we can include in the print media, like newspapers like Times of India, okay, Indian Express, the Hindu, the Hindustan Times, the Economic Times. These are some of the uh, media, or digital print media or newspapers which can make your language better. So for betterment of language also, this is very important. And digital media means what? Whatever the news channels are there. Okay, so whatever the news channels are there, you will have to watch only the news of English news channels. So it's very important, if you are, or if you want to learn the English language easily, just you will have to watch the news channels in English. Means whatever the news channels are there which are having English as a language, then try to follow those channels for your betterment of this English language or spoken English. So the last point is that it is the primary language of press, and more newspapers and books are written in English. So more and more newspapers in international level, many of the newspapers are there, many of the magazines are there. Okay, Sunday Times or other newspapers are there. So just you will have to buy them, and you will have to use or try to read them, try to understand whatever the language is there. So newspapers are also important in making your spoken English better. Okay, so this is also one of the point. So you can read the other material also, like books, novels, drama books, story books, okay, or novels are also there in English, so you can read them and you will uh, language will enhanced, okay, you will speaking abilities are also enhanced with such practice, okay. So many of the books are written in English than any other language. So in all over the world you will find that there are many books in English itself. Many of the books are written in English, but other languages books are not that much in quantity, okay. And you will find learning material in English language easily. So finding the material in English language, okay, finding the material in English language is very easy task. You will have to just go to the store, you will have to just go to the internet or websites that are providing that material. So due to these reasons English is important. So this is the final point. Due to some of these reasons, okay, that is uh, importance of English language, importance and need of English language, okay, language of education, language of travel and business, resources that makes this language easy, and language of internet and press, language of education. These are some of the points that make this language very easy language and very important language. So just do, let's take the summary of this chapter. We have studied in this chapter, English is the language of business. So whatever the business that is uh, uh, going on in all over the world, that happens with this English language only. Then business, yes, education. So education is one of the important aspect of this language, okay. So this is also the language of education, knowledge and learning. So we can take knowledge, more and more language with the help of this language, and you can learn many of the new things, okay, that are happening in all over the world. You can learn those things with the help of this language. You can travel easily, you will get many job opportunities. So for getting and converting the job opportunities, you will have to learn this language in speaking, okay, or you will have to learn spoken English of this language. Then this also is the language of window, or we can say that this is also the window to the world. Means what? Through the this window you can easily get the knowledge from all over the world. You are standing in the window, when and when you look at the outskirt of this your window, or outside of your window, you can get various pictures, okay. You can observe various things are happening, okay. You can see the natural beauty outside the window, like trees, okay, flowers are there. So this English language, try to see this language as the beautiful language, or try to see this language through the window. So this is also window to the world. It is also the language of internet and press. So internet and press, this is also one of the important aspect. So you are getting the knowledge, whatever the knowledge you for your study purpose from internet itself. You are uh, getting the various news, okay, that you are hearing or you are listening, that come also from all over the world. That also the knowledge of that news or that incident is also uh, you can get from internet and press itself. And it is also the language of the science and engineering. So all of your subjects are also in engineering and science, they are also written in this language. So this is also one of the important point. And globalization, so this language is also known as the language of the globalization. So these are some of the important points of this first chapter. Okay, so here we have completed with the first, that is importance of English language. From the next lecture, we will try to cover whatever the English grammatical part is there. Okay, whatever the grammar, basic grammar is there for speaking purpose, that also we will start from the next lecture. Okay, so before that, I will have to conduct, or I will have to take your attendance, and then you can leave. Okay. So just I will have to mark your attendance. Let me mark your attendance, and then you can leave this meeting. Today I'm not going to call your roll numbers, because there is very few minutes left for this lecture. Okay, so I will only mark your attendance. From next lecture, I will take care of that, calling your roll numbers. Okay, so the present roll numbers are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 38. These are the present roll numbers. And the absent roll numbers are roll number 1, 7, 11, 15, 17, 19, 25, 27, 31, 36, and 37. These are the absent roll numbers. Is anybody present in the absent roll numbers? He or she can tell his or her roll number. Otherwise, we will stop here. Okay.
Sir, 16 present.
Roll number 16. Yes. I have marked your attendance. Anybody has left of the attendance? कोणी राहिले का अटेंडन्स द्यायचं?
24.
24. Yes, I have marked. Mark केलेली आहे तुमची अटेंडन्स.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, then shall we stop here then? थांबायचं इथं. From next lecture,
Yes, sir.
we will start with the grammatical part of the subject. Okay. Thank you for joining this meeting. We'll stop here.